Planting April here. Just letting you know, I tried to get this video uploaded from my iPad to YouTube Studio, to iMovie so I could edit it. And for some reason it's not syncing with my phone. So I'm having to upload this from my phone. So there may not be any pictures added anywhere or any fancy things like that. Because I don't know how to edit on iMovie on my iPhone. I'm going to try to figure it out, but I'm just giving you fair warning that it may be pretty raw here. So anyway, thanks a lot for being here, and talk to you soon. Hey everybody, it's April with Diamonds.and.Doo-dads. Boy, am I glad to be back here with you guys. Hope you're all doing well today. I'm just going to do a quick little WIP and Chat to give you an update about what's been going on with me. And just quickly here, I am showing you my canvas. I am doing the 26 for 2026, which I know I haven't put that video up, and you'll hear all about all of that in just a little bit. But anyhow, this is called Psych Entering Cupid's Garden. It's by John William Waterhouse, and it's from Jaded Gem Shop. This is a computer charted canvas, so it's very confetti heavy. I am somewhat enjoying working on it. It's just a lot of confetti, and it's time consuming. So let's see here. I am using Tracy's DP World Dragon's Blood putty. It smells so good. I've never used this. It's the first time I have. And I've done one section on this painting with it, and it's working very well here in the Florida climate. My tray is from Creations Marin. I believe this was from the spring collection this year. And my pen is also from Creations Marin. I think this came in a January, I believe, mystery box. And this tip is a DAC tip, 5-placer, and then this is a single tip from Cat Eared. You can get those online. They're like 9 for $25 or something like that. And then of course, here I'll show this one better. This 5-placer on DAC is like $18.99 or something. Right. Also, let me put this out of the way here. Also, you may occasionally see me, if I have to place any ABs, using my Picmod New and this special 3D printed pen that I won from OGK. Okay, and then you will also see me using a ruler from 3D Printing Works. I like using the rulers. For me, it goes faster. It makes my painting look neater. It's not so important to me on rounds, like this is a round drill canvas, but the squares, it really does help to keep things lined up. And then lastly, I have my drills kitted up in this Forever Young bottle container. There's 63 drills for 63 drill colors for this canvas, and so I just put the 3 ABs, there's very little quantity, in bags, and I've got some of the drills pulled out, and let's zoom, wrong way, zoom in, and I will show you why. And this is a very big pet peeve of mine, and one reason I will, unless something has changed. I got this canvas last year to do for Summer for the Master, or with the Masters. I didn't do it. And I'm not doing it this year. I'm just doing the canvas because I wanted to do a Jaded Gem Shop for the 26th for 2026. Anyhow, one reason I may not go back to this company is I hate stuff like this. This is totally unnecessary. These are like colors almost on the top. Now in the bottle, they're not. Okay, this is brown and this is pink. But on the top, it's not that easy to distinguish. Okay, so if you're in a hurry, you might accidentally pull the wrong color, which I have been known to do. The other ones I don't like. Here's some more combinations I don't like. Look at this. I don't like this one. The Hurricane and the G. Yeah, they're in different color families, but again, if you're in a hurry, forget about it. Look at this. These are so close together that it's really kind of hard, can be hard to distinguish which is which. This symbol here, this ampersand symbol here, or the at symbol, I'm sorry, it's hard to make out on the top of the bottle, okay? When you are trying to look at it on the canvas, it is very difficult to see. So I heard that Jade had went to a different supplier. I don't know if that's true. I think that's what somebody said. But I would be very hesitant to buy anything else from this shop just based on what I've just shown you. I don't have the patience or the time for that. You know, I want to work on this, and this is supposed to be fun and relaxing, not me trying to hunt and peck and really have to use my detective skills, you know, to get this, be able to do a painting. I'm trying to get the camera where you can see. I didn't want to move a whole lot of stuff around, guys. You're about to hear what's been going on with me, and I don't have a lot of patience. I'm very stressed out right now, and yeah, every day is right this minute, every day for me is really struggle. I'm really struggling. Okay. So I haven't gone away. I'm not going away. I just have not been well. And you're going to hear all about that in a minute. As I finish pinning this up a little. Oh, that didn't even stay. Okay. I didn't make sure that this was ready ahead of time. I might cut this part out. I don't know. We'll see. If it's in there, then you know I didn't cut it out, right? Right? Put some clips on the end here to hold that. I have a roller clamp. I don't feel like using it. So there. Alright, now let's see if I can zoom in some more so we can see where I'm working. You know, you can see that the ruler isn't perfect, but it really does make a difference with the placing. And I'm going to do, oops, let me get it in the right spot. I'm going to do easy peasy and probably do all those flower things so that I can concentrate and talk and not have to really worry about what I'm placing down. Okay, I'm a total disaster here, guys. I'm sorry. I really, maybe I shouldn't even be doing this. I don't know, but I really want to, so I'm going to try. Okay. Alright, now let's get this in the right spot. Let's just get it where, see, where's my camera? There it is. There it is. Okay. Woo! Well, that was fun. Alright. Now. Okay. Hope I'm not making anybody too dizzy here. Making myself dizzy trying to get this situated where I want it. Tell you that. Work with me, Gina. Gina. Alright. There. Okay, that is as good as this is gonna get, really. Right here. Right there, as good as that's gonna get. I'm gonna stop. Okay, because I have a lot of drills that are the same color. Oh boy, I'm going to use a bigger tray than this one. Well, let's find our flower. That's a 7. Where are you? Here we are. And I'm gonna run out of these, and I don't know where the rest of them are. I think I know where they're at, but we'll work with these until we run out. Okay. Whew. All right. So let's see what's been going on with me. Well, I went on my vacation. I came back. Now I forgot to go back and look at YouTube and see when I put something up last. I don't remember if I put something up since I've come back from vacation or not. But oh yes, I have. I put my bloom mosaic up. I do know I did that. My Felix art project, which I have my next one that's going to be going up here in the next day or so. But anyhow, I got that put up. I don't know what's going to. Oh, then I decided that I was going to do the 26 for 2026, and I was going to go ahead and do all the kitting up for that, and put a video up about that, and put a video up with my month in review, and get that all done for May. And that never did happen because I wound up getting so I had a surgery, and when I went for the pre-op for the surgery, they found out that I had a urinary tract infection, so they gave me amoxicillin. I've never had a problem with amoxicillin. Taken it my whole life. Whenever I've had some sort of infection that it would treat or it was sensitive to, whatever. So anyhow, I started taking that, and this was on, let's see, I have it all written out, May the 21st is when I went for my pre-op. I got diagnosed with the UTI, and I started the amoxicillin. Well, a week later, on the 28th, that was the day that I had my surgery. That day, I woke up, and I had noticed I was having a little bit of itching on my chest. And, I got a little bit of a light rash on my chest. I pointed out to the anesthesiologist, and it was the only place it was a little bit on my chest. And so we were thinking, all right, well, it's most likely, a reaction from the harsh soap that you have to use, the Hibiclens, the antibiotic wash that you have to use prior to surgery. I had to take 3 showers in that, 2 the day before the surgery and 1 the morning of the surgery. So, we just attributed my irritation to that. All right. Y'all can't even see what I'm doing. Here we are. There. So, anyhow, the next day, that was on a Thursday. The next day, I had started, the rash and the itching started getting worse. So I started taking some Benadryl, just to treat it and help with the itching, see if that would reduce some of the inflammation and make it go away. Well, that was also a very bad day because we wound up having to euthanize my 17-year-old dog that day. And sorry, it's just been a lot. So I have this infection. I have this allergic reaction now, apparently to something. At this time, we don't know what it is. And I have to put my dog down. It's just been a lot. So I, that was on the 30th. I'm sorry, that was on the 29th. Well, on the 30th, I was really bad off. And so I had a lot of hives and itching. They were all down my arms, over my entire torso area. They were up my neck into my face. The left side of my face was worse than the right side of my face. I wasn't having any trouble breathing or anything, so that's good. You know, I wasn't having an anaphylactic reaction. But I'm like, I've got to go get, you know, some steroids and you know, something for the itching, because the Benadryl wasn't doing it, or the diphenhydramine, whatever you want to call it. It wasn't working. So I went to urgent care, and you know, I let the doctor know everything and what I was taking and what had been going on, and he's like, well, you know, it probably is that soap, you know. So I'm like, okay, fine. He said, let's give you some hydroxyzine, and I'll give you steroids, and let's see how that does. So I'm like, okay. So I go and I take some steroids, I take the hydroxyzine, nothing's working. I'm still taking the Benadryl because I'm, you know, itching like crazy. I'm like, anything's got to help, you know. And I was also taking, ibuprofen and Tylenol, or acetaminophen, around the clock to help reduce the inflammation. Well, by Sunday morning, I was miserable. That was on the 31st. And I called my surgeon because I am full blown, you know, head to toes down, full of hives, not a rash, hives and itching. I don't think I can get my, you can see here, this right here looks good compared to what it did look like. It was horrible. And I'll pop up a couple of pictures and show you what it looked like at one of its worst times. I'll put some pics up here so you guys can see. But I still have itching today, and it is January. Good gravy, Lord have mercy. It's June the 10th, and this all started on May 21st. Okay, so I called my surgeon to let them know what was going on, and she said, well, maybe it's the glue that we used on your surgery site. Go ahead and peel that off. And I'm like, okay. And, you know, so I got my husband to help me with that, peeled it off, and he didn't see anything, you know, goofy or anything. I told the doctor, I'm like, you know, I started taking the amoxicillin, if you remember, because I had that urinary tract infection. Maybe I'm allergic to that, and I have 2 more doses left, and I'm not going to take them. And she said, that's fine. I agree with that plan. I said, you know, I have my post-op appointment tomorrow, so I'll come in the office. You know, now, in the meantime, the surgery that I had was on my bladder, okay? I could not go to the bathroom. I could not urinate on my own after the surgery. So I had to go home with a catheter. So I'm having this full-blown allergic reaction to what we don't know, and I'm having to manage this urinary catheter, and I had surgery, so I am having a little bit of pain, you know. I mean, I had general anesthesia, and people were tugging around on my insides. Yeah. So, so I go to the doctor the next morning, 8:30. My husband had to go out of town for work. You know, we didn't anticipate anything bad was going to happen. You know, you never do. And so my son was off. He took me to the doctor because I'd taken narcotics and I have a catheter. I don't want to drive, you know. Plus, I itching so bad that that's all I want to do is claw my skin off. So anyway, I go to the doctor, do my voiding trial. I I can't pee. I can't go to the bathroom. So they're like, okay, well, you got to keep the catheter another week and come back next week. And let's see, if your bladder's woken up enough and can go ahead and start working on its own. Guys, I was so upset. I was like, really? I'm like, really? Because I had already had a talk with the doctor. I'm like, I've waited to have this surgery because I've seen things go wrong. And she's like, well, we're not putting any mesh in there or anything. We're going to be using your own tissue to do the surgery that you need, blah, blah, blah. So nothing foreign. And I'm like, fine. I trust you. You're highly respected and an expert in your field. Everybody knows you here in the area. Fine. So I went ahead, had my surgery done, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, now I can't pee. Look, this is just great. So I go home with this reaction and a catheter. So all week long, I'm home. As sad as it was that my dog had to be put down or euthanized, however you want to say it, it was a blessing because I did not have to care for somebody other than myself. And thank God for my daughter and my son and my son-in-law, because my son-in-law, my daughter-in-law, my son, and my daughter, because they were very helpful for me and did things I needed to do, brought me food. My daughter came and stayed with me. My son took me to the doctor. My daughter took me to the doctor. It was just wonderful. My husband's checking on me all the time. He didn't have to worry too much about, things that needed to be done at home or me as much. Of course, he was worried about me, but he knew that I had family here, helping me. So anyhow, all week long last week, I was in absolute misery and agony, scratching and clawing from my head to my toes with this rash that I had with this allergic reaction. Let me get this in the right spot so you can see. All right. And so it's been a lot, y'all. I was worn out and exhausted. I have to take a shower with the catheter. I have to walk around with the catheter. I got to remember it's there whenever I'm moving around. So if you got to keep it below the bladder so it doesn't back flush into your bladder and cause you to have an infection. And there's the risk of infection because you have the catheter in there anyway. And I know too much because I'm an RN and I've seen it all. And, so I'm just like, oh, it's been a week. But anyhow, the worst part was the constant itching from the minute I would wake up until I went to bed wanting to claw myself. It's maddening. If you ever, this is so mean, but if you ever want to get somebody back, just buy some itching powder, put it in their bed sheets, put it in their car, put it in their favorite recliner, put it in their clothes, whatever. Because I'm going to tell you, it was pure torture. Pure torture. And it still is. I'm still itching today. Not as bad. It is not as bad. It has finally settled down. Some. A lot. I shouldn't say some. I should say a lot. But, oh my God. It's exhausting because you're always like this. Scratch, 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 wherever the camera is, and oh, it itches so bad, and it's all over your body, your scalp, your face, all the way your front, your back, your under your boobs, under your fat rolls, down your legs, your feet, your ankles. Oh my God, it's awful. And so, it's just been, it takes all your energy, because you're always on Twitch. You're always, and I've been so tired and exhausted on top of trying to recover from surgery, hello. wasn't that, you know, I don't want to trivialize it. I mean, but it was surgery, you know. I know people have had worse, and I've had worse surgery than I had, but surgery is surgery, and you still need some type of recovery period, you know. And I'm not a spring chicken, and my health isn't 100% the best either. But anyhow, so that was on the 1st when I went to the doctor. They said they didn't see any signs or symptoms of a reaction where the Dermabond was, or the glue that they used on my skin. So they officially diagnosed me with an allergy to the amoxicillin, so I can't take that anymore. I will be following up with somebody, I guess an allergist, to get formally tested. I think there's something they can do. Not really 100% sure. I'm going to talk to my PCP about it. But yeah, it's been hell on wheels here. So I had to go home, and here I am, still taking the hydroxyzine and the Benadryl and the ibuprofen and the acetaminophen and the steroids, because I still had a little bit of that. Oh, and I had hydrocortisone cream that I was also using. And then the PA said, well, why don't you take some Allegra instead of the diphenhydramine or the Benadryl? Because sometimes that works a little bit better, and it doesn't make you as sleepy. Well, let me tell you something. Nothing was making me sleepy, so it didn't matter. You know, the itching was too much to make me sleepy. I do take a sleep aid, so I was able to get sleep at night, but I never took a nap or anything during the day to try to rest my body or my soul, because I couldn't. I was too much itching. Whew. And trust me, Benadryl, hydroxyzine, none of that stuff makes me tired. It takes a lot more than that to make me tired. So anyhow, that was on Monday the 1st. On the 4th, I had had enough. I'm like, I am still not getting better. I called my doctor, my surgeon, and I finally got a return call from them the next day, which was Friday, January the 5th at 4:33 p.m. They called to tell me, you know, go see your PCP. We've done everything we can do. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, great. Why didn't you tell me that? You know, why didn't you call me back and tell me that yesterday afternoon at 4:30 instead of Friday afternoon at 4:30? Why didn't you call me back in the morning, you know, today instead of at 4:30 on a Friday afternoon? But whatever, I digress. I wasn't thinking clearly because I'm sick, hurting, itching, all of that, trying to figure out how to make myself feel better, or I just would have probably gone to my doctor and been like, hey, doc, because we're, you know, we know each other. We have a friendly professional relationship from having worked together at a facility for a few years, and you know, and he became my physician, and so we have that, you know, a connection. I have a cell phone number. I could text him anytime I want to, or call him, or whatever. But anyhow, I'm not thinking about any of that, because all I want is to feel better. But I'm not thinking, oh, I'm going to call my PCP. You know, I'm trying to stay under the care of my surgeon, because you know how they are. If you're a nurse or in the medical profession, you know those surgeons can get real touchy about stuff. So, anyhow, I'm like, okay, well, great. I got to wait it out the weekend. I'm going back Monday to, you know, the surgeon's office. We'll see if I can get the catheter out, blah, blah, blah. Well, by the next day, which was June the 6th, Sunday, was it June the 6th? The next day, June the 6th, which was Saturday, I had had enough. I went to the emergency department, because I'm like, they got to do something. There's got to be something that they can do. And at this point, I had finished the Medrol dose pack, and I was almost out of hydroxyzine. And I'm like, you know, if anything's helping, then, you know, it's probably at least the steroids and the hydroxyzine. So I go to the ER. There's nothing they can do for me, they tell me, which I knew that's what they were going to say. But I had to try because I was miserable. And they were able to help me, though, because they did give me a refill on the hydroxyzine. And the emergency department physician that I had was phenomenal. He was very smart, very knowledgeable, and talked to me about a bunch of different things. And one of the things he mentioned, and not that I'm manifesting this or anything like that, but he did say, you know, why don't you stop taking everything but since it's not working, he said, just take the hydroxyzine, and I'm changing the steroid to Decadron. We'll try something a little bit, you know, stronger than the Medrol dose pack. And so he said, take that and get some Eucerin cream, and then, you know, follow up with your physician and all that stuff that they normally say. And he brought up the fact, he said, and you need to go, he said, it wouldn't be a bad idea to consult dermatology to get a formal diagnosis on this. He said, when I was going through all my rotations during my medical training, he said, I went with the dermatologist as much as I could. And he said, one of the things that I have seen with this that has persisted so long, with the rash and everything that I had at the time, was still very pronounced on Saturday when I went. He said, is it, you know, I don't want to say it, but it could be cutaneous lymphoma. And so I'm like, oh, well, yippee. So anyway, I need to follow up with a dermatologist, but right now I'm trying to get through this acute phase, and then we'll go there. He's like, they may need to, you know, do a punch biopsy of that if it hasn't gone away, and just check it out and see what it is, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, fine. Thank you so much, Doc. He was freaking amazing. Very nice, very knowledgeable. Didn't even know I was a nurse, but talked to me like a professional would talk to a professional. And you know, I told him at the end, you know, I am an RN, and my background is surgical ICU and cardiovascular ICU and a little bit of ER medicine. And I said, so I understand what you're saying to me. Oh boy, let me tell you. So I went home and suffered Saturday, Sunday. And they gave me my first dose of the Decadron in the ER, which was good because the pharmacy closed like right when we got there Saturday evening, because it's Walgreens and they close at 5. So I went back to the doctor on Monday, see about getting my catheter out. I got my catheter out, but I can't pee. I cannot urinate on my own. So I'm on a self-cath regimen, and I'm not seeing any improvement, and today is Wednesday. So I'm getting pretty discouraged. If I'm not able to void on my own, I guess I don't know what the certain time period is, because I didn't even think to ask it, then, you know, they're going to have to go in and undo what they did. And that really upsets me, because, you know, now I'm like, I never should have had it done. I never should have had it done. I never should have had it done. I know what happened, and look what happened. And even though, I don't know, guys, I don't know. Hopefully, this will resolve itself. I have a few more days. We'll see what happens. I'm trying to be positive. I am Also, you know, I believe in the power of prayer. I believe in God. He can do anything. He saved me from the jaws of death. He can certainly, you know, make my bladder work properly. And maybe I just need more time for swelling to go down. You know, I don't know. But yeah, I've been pretty self-absorbed, upset, blah 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 blah. In the meantime, trying to diamond paint to keep myself busy and not be a total basket case. But I'll tell you, it took me a whole week. I'm sorry, it took me like 2 or 3 days to do one 4x4 section on another painting that wasn't confetti heavy. It was squares, but it wasn't confetti heavy. And there was a ton. I mean, it's a lot of line blocking and color blocking. Hardly any confetti at all. And it took me like 2 or 3 days, I think it was, to do one 4x4 section. Anyway, I am going to share all of my, I'm better now. I am trying to just, like I said, stay positive. Make it through the day. I'm filming this today is June the 10th, Wednesday. And I'm going to go ahead and put this up this evening because I have things that I need to get out. I have an unboxing of a new to me company that I filmed at the end of May, I believe it was. And it's not out yet because I couldn't get it out. I wasn't well. I have my next Felix art that's past due. I needed to get that out by like yesterday, I think, or maybe the day before. And I haven't been up to it. I haven't been up to getting out a box of, you know, a diamond painting and opening it up and telling people all about it. I just haven't been up to it. I would put myself on camera, but I look like Hello Dolly. I will try to do it tomorrow when I have had a chance to do a little something to my hair and make myself not look so disheveled. So you'll see my face again, don't worry. I might do before I do my I don't think I'll do the new to me company because I owe it to Felix. You know, they've sent me this painting and I know they're very they know, you know, they're totally understanding of circumstances. So although I have not reached out to them because I just haven't had it in me. But I'm going to reach out to my liaison there, my contact, and let them know what's going on and that. I'm going to put that video, I'm going to film that video tomorrow and get it put up tomorrow. So that unboxing is up as well for their company. And then the next day, which would be Friday, I will put up my new to me company video and talk about that. And I'm so happy. I like Felix art a whole bunch. I hope that you guys will give them a try. And the new to me company, I like them too a whole lot, and I hope that you'll give them a try. Affiliates with both of them. I'll put my affiliate links down below to every company that I'm affiliate with. I have 3, I think. But anyhow, I got a little bit done while I was talking to you. I got to go find the rest of my black drills here and work on some confetti. So be looking for from me an unboxing, well, 2 unboxings. One from Felix Art, which is a PR. One from the new to me company. And then be looking for a follow-up to the new to me company. And also, gosh, I want to do my month in review for May. I still have to do that. I need to do my 26 for 2026 so you guys can see what I'm doing and how you know, what my plan is for that. So in the next 4 days or so, there's going to be a few videos going up from me. So please watch them. Please like and comment on them. It really does help push content for any content creator out. The algorithm catches it and it pushes us out to audiences. It pushes us out to viewers, and it really does help our channels. I really would like to grow my channel. I just have had so much that has happened in the last year. It has been insanity. But if you wouldn't mind to keep supporting me, I would just love it. This diamond painting has really been a godsend for me as far as my mental health, as far as making new friends, and a hobby, something that I have to do with my time now that I'm retired. I'm sure I could find a lot of other things to do, but it's so nice to just be able to do my craft. You know, I have time to just craft or whatever I want to read if I want to, sleep in if I want to, take a nap. I've worked hard. I've been employed at a paying job that takes out taxes since I was 15 years old, except for when I stayed home and took care of my kids, and that was a full-time job that did not take out, you know, taxes, but it sure did give back a lot, and I'm so blessed to have been a mom to some amazing kids. All right, so anyway, what I'm trying to say is it's my time to retire and be happy, and you know, if I want to craft all day, I want to craft all day. But anyhow, thank you so much for being here. Watch out for all this content that I have coming up for you. I'm really going to work hard to not overdo it, because I am still healing. I have a full 6-week recovery time that I have to go through. But I can make videos in diamond paint. So when I have the energy and whatnot, that's what I'm going to be doing. So watch out for me putting those up. I would like to put up more than one video a day, but it's not good for the algorithm. So I just put up one video a day until I kind of get caught up a little bit. That's all I can do. But anyhow, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I thank you for being here, listening to my story. I go back to the doctor again on Monday, and we'll see where we're at that time. I appreciate any positive feedback, information, good vibes, and of course prayers to our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for his healing power. I can't ask enough for that. I do want to tell you and leave you with what I normally do, which is it doesn't cost you anything to be nice. So please just be a nice person. You never know what anybody's going through. You didn't know that I was going through this. But I had a couple of people when I had to go out to the doctor's office or whatever, they would smile at me, they would nod at me. And although I was down, that would make me feel better. So little things like that, you just never know how just acknowledging someone, just hold the door open for them, saying hello, just giving them a nod of your head, how much that means to be recognized. Okay, so thank you so much. Like I said, it doesn't cost you anything to be kind. Just be kind. I hope everybody has a great day, and I will see you tomorrow, and sparkle on.